What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Leviathan Prophecy, and wow, the Lakers. My goodness. All right, man. Listen, I'm not here to bash the Lakers. Um, I mean, they're in a losing streak right now. Technically, they still have the best record, probably behind the Jazz or the yeah, they probably have the second best record behind the Jazz. Um, that's what good teams do. LeBron James y'all remember when he was with the Heat, and they went on a winning streak, and they was trying to capture Michael Jordan's 1997 team that won 27 straight, and guess what happened? They lost to who? The Bulls with Nate Robinson and Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler and all them, right? So all these people saying that, oh, the Lakers need AD. There's a lot of games that the Lakers there's a lot of games that the Lakers played with AD and they still lost. Like y'all lost to the Cavaliers twice. Colin Sexton dropped 40 plus points twice. I think the first game I believe was a back to back or probably not. Y'all can let me know in the comment section down below. But Colin Sexton went ham on y'all asses. Now obviously AD doesn't provide you with a lot of defense. He just provides you with second chance opportunities. That's what I take from it. Like Anthony Davis is not some elite defender because I've seen him get baptized in the paint with the best of them. So now all of a sudden people want to say, oh, the Lakers are ish without AD. When AD was on the court, they were still losing games. They was winning a lot, but they were still losing. So the Lakers are done, in my opinion. They're not repeating. I think what the Lakers did was foolish. I think they should have resigned everybody who had the minimum. Resigned everybody to a minimum. Resigned Rajon Rondo. Resigned JaVale McGee. Resigned Dwight Howard. And y'all would still have AD. Y'all still had AD last year. Keep the core intact. That's what, my coach used to say, like keep the core intact. You never want to dismantle, what got you there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, the Lakers got too cute, even though they say that their, defense efficiency is number one, bull crap. Bull crap. Stats lie. Stats lie out the ass. Okay? The Lakers are not number one in deficiency. They're not. You know, like this stats don't necessarily tell the whole story, like the saying goes. You know, like you look at the Lakers giving up 127 points to the Wizards, and y'all saying that they number one in points different. No, no. Bad teams do not put up big time numbers against good teams. That's just impossible. That's like the damn. I'm trying to think of a. But like any given day, teams are going to exploit good teams. That's just how it is. And maybe it's the 72 games. Because we've seen a lot of bad teams playing very very well. Maybe if they would have played their full 82 games, a lot of the bad teams would stay. A lot of the bad teams would be where they're at usually. Like the Hornets would have probably been 8-24. The Cavaliers could have been 6-21. You know what I'm saying? So now that they shorten the league, or now that they shorten the games, you can see a lot of bad teams playing very well. You know, the Cavaliers are, I believe, 12-17. I think the Wizards is 15-17 or something like that. So the East is very, very stacked. If you look at the Eastern standings, is very stacked, and I mean everything is just tight over there. It's a tight race. I mean even my Knicks are in contention for the first time since 2012. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. But pointing the finger at AD is not going to stop the bleeding. Just because if he comes back, he's not going to be 100% healthy. 60% AD, 70% AD. That's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get 100%. You're not gonna get 110% AD. This is after the All-Star game ends. Like he might probably be back after the All-Star game, or he might just rest until the postseason starts. Because like the Lakers can win. The Lakers can lose 6 straight, and they'll still be in second place. Because the more you lose, the more your seating will go down. So let's say the Lakers right now are in first place. If they lose their last 5 remaining schedules, because the postseason is right around the corner. So like my niggas got 2 games away. My niggas got 5 games at home. You know what I'm saying? So basically, my Knicks got 7 games left. You know, so if we can win our remaining five, if we can win our next 5 games, we'll be locked. Whether it's the eighth seed, whether it's the seventh seed, we'll probably be the eighth seed. But yeah, so the Lakers might go down. The Lakers might go down from number one to number two, or from number one to number three. And then the Jazz might get the number one seed, how they playing, and then the Clippers might get the number two seed. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Or if the Magic somehow, you know, not the Magic, whoever, like if the Cavaliers get the last spot, they're gonna face obviously the number one seed. You know what I'm saying? That's how it always goes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, it is what it is. The Lakers, they're gonna go on the slump. It's not the end of the world. They just gotta figure out how to play. You know, or if not, I mean, they got the Utah Jazz. Like what if the Lakers blow out the Utah Jazz? Then what? We're gonna see a whole different Lakers now again. Now people are gonna piggyback and say, wait a minute, this wasn't this team. This team wasn't non-existent the last few games. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they started shooting very well. Like LeBron James might go for 55 points. Caldwell Pope might go for 21. Caruso might go for 21. Kyle Kuzma might go for 19. You know what I'm saying? Wesley Matthews might, redeem himself and go on the 25 point. So you never know. You never know. You never know who's gonna show up. You never know who's gonna show up. So all these, people saying, oh, LeBron James missed a free throw and this and that. I've seen Michael Jordan miss free throws. I've seen Kobe Bryant miss free throws. It happens to the best of us. I'm pretty sure you missed a lot of free throws in your heyday when you was in, high school, Uh, you know, shooting is not easy. A lot of people think shooting is easy. You're by yourself. Like, especially if there's no crowds, you're by yourself. You just thinking to yourself, bouncing the ball, and you just letting it go. You know, may look easy, but when you get up there, you'll know exactly how LeBron James feel. That's like kicking a field. Well, actually, that's not really worse. Cause what's worse, kicking? What's worse, kicking a 63-yard field goal, or shooting 10 free throws in a row? Or what's the farthest? What's the longest field goal ever recorded in football? 71. Like, you might probably need a soccer player for that, because I don't even think kickers have that leg strength, to be honest with you. But like, what's worse, 10 free throws, or missing or making a 71-yard field goal? You tell me. So people just need to chill. The Lakers will be all right. Even though if they lose the remaining 6 games, or however many games they have, they're still gonna be in second place, because you don't expect them to lose a lot and then still be in first place. Like, if the Jazz win their remaining 6 or 7 games, they might be in the number 1 seed. Clippers might be number 2. Lakers might be number 3. So, the 3rd seed might take on the 5th seed. The number 1 seed might take on the 8th seed. And the 2nd seed might take on the 4th seed. So, it is what it is. Like, the Lakers might wind up facing the Mavericks. The Jazz might face up the Jazz might face up playing whoever the 8th seed is, whether it's the Hornets or the Pelicans. Who knows? But people just need to stop. It's all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? I was laughing too, but like, it's just a game. And Brooklyn just beat the bricks off of the damn. Well, not really, but it was a very close game. But the Nets beat both the Lakers and the Clippers. So that means that, does that mean that the Nets are better? No. A dead clock is right twice a day. Yeah, the Nets are balling, but that's without KD. Because we have never seen all 3 of them on the court at the same time. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They see Kyrie, they see James Harden balling. One goes out, it was KD and James Harden, both was balling. KD goes down, Kyrie comes in, they both balling. So when will we see the big 3 in the court at the same time? Because it's bound to happen. Because I don't think Kyrie and James Harden is going to win a championship alone. They're going to need KD to obviously contribute. Defensively, they still suck defensively. Even though they're showing flashes here and there, they still suck defensively. So let me turn my attentions on my Knicks. My Knicks won yesterday against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now tonight they face the Golden State Warriors, which I believe we won. I think we won that game. But the Warriors are no slouch. They still got Curry, they still got Draymond. I haven't seen a lot of Wiseman though. I don't know if Wiseman is nursing an injury, but I haven't really seen him. I've seen him in the beginning of the season, but now it's just he just fell out of the rotation, or he has an injury or something. So I expect the Knicks to win tonight. Easy dub. But again, you can't take anything lightly away from the Warriors. They still got 2-time defending Super Bowl, and NBA Finals MVP in Steph Curry, which we should have drafted in '09, but I'll let that slide. You know what I'm saying? Management wasn't really there at the time. Well, they was there, but they wasn't thinking logically. Like they was just thinking rationally, and they picked damn. I'm not even gonna get into it because I seen that draft, and that drive still haunts me to this day. But yeah, so you can't really take the Golden State Warriors lightly. They still got Wiggins. So they got a lot of great pieces that they can, do damage. You know. So yeah. So I'll be happy if the Knicks make it to the playoffs. I don't care if we get swept. I don't care if we win one game. If we can win one game, that's gonna catapult us to the top in years to come, for years to come. Because that playoff that's all you need is just one taste. And once you get that one taste, now everybody next year, okay, now our main focus is just to do this right, do this right, do this right, do this right, and we'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? Just like Charles Barkley, I guarantee that the Knicks will make the playoffs either as the seventh seed or the eighth seed. One of those two seeds are going to the Knicks. So that means that who's ever the first seed in the East, that's probably gonna be that's probably gonna be the 76ers, or the Bucks. So or just the 76ers, because the 76ers right now is just steamrolling. They're not steamrolling, but they just getting ahead of the curve. So we might probably face the 76ers in the first round if we get the eighth seed. If we get the seventh seed, we might face the number two seed. So it is what it is. And then three and four, and you know how it goes. So yeah, man, I'm very proud of my Knicks this year. They came a long way. I knew we needed the right coach to coach up these guys. Because, obviously the last two didn't necessarily do too well. They showed some flashes, but it just wasn't there. And you can tell, when you put somebody who knows what he's doing, especially with the front office that we have, you see things are going to turn around for us. You know what I'm saying? Things are very going to turn around for us. And we still got draft compensation too. So, yeah. Um, what else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, KP. KP. There's rumors that the Mavericks are trying to shop KP. Listen, man, I'll be the first to say that I never liked the KP. I wanted Kevin. I wanted Winslow. I wanted Winslow from. I think he went to the Heat. I wanted Winslow, but obviously he went to the Heat, and obviously KP went to the Knicks. Not saying that KP was bad. He did a lot of good things for us, but he was a little bitch. Like he was acting like a bitch a lot. Like he didn't want to come here. He didn't want to practice here. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. Like he got into a bar fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw pictures on TMZ. His whole face was bloody. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't handle himself like a professional. You know what I'm saying? He's always hurt. He's more focused on his branding than playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? I can see why. And I was right a few days ago. I said a few days ago. I said that the Mavericks gotta trade KP. The Mavericks gotta trade KP because he does not fit well with Luka. You can see that. The big guy, little guy combination is not there in the NBA no more. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think that KP's days in Dallas is over, and wherever he winds up, not in New York, you know, Wherever he winds up, he's probably gonna be on no show there too, cause he's a bust. You know. I mean, I remember when he said that. Yeah, they're gonna let some people are gonna label me soft European who can't play basketball. Well, he basically told on himself. Because I mean, I'm not saying he can't play, but he's just injury prone. And if you can't stay on the court for 72 games, they cut the games down by 10. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have played the whole 82 games, but they cut it down by 10. So it's like you can't even play half of the games. You always nicked up, you always banged up. So if he gets traded, it's going to be very, very interesting to where he gets traded. You know, like the Warriors may need a sharpshooter like that, or he might probably go to the, not the Cowboys. I said Cowboys. He might probably go to the Lakers. The Lakers need a firepower. You know what I'm saying? So he might probably potentially go to the Lakers. What else? DeMarcus Cousins got cut from the Rockets. So there's another destination that he can go to, but I don't think he's gonna go back because they cut him so many times. Like they didn't even play him while he was there. He thought that he was gonna get a free championship ring. He didn't even play one lick. And they wind up releasing him, and then after that, that's when he found himself, with the Rockets. And after that, it was like, yeah. So I don't think Cousins is gonna go back to the Lakers. I just don't see it. You know, like Cousins is not that defensive unit that you need. Like Bamba from the Suns, they're not gonna trade him, or not from the Suns, from the Magic, I should say. They're not gonna trade him because they're gonna have the Lakers is gonna have to give up a lot, and what the Lakers have right now, the Suns are not gonna be interested. You know, like the Suns are not gonna be interested. You could throw a lot of draft picks in there, they're still not gonna be interested because the value is too high. You know, like Bomba is way better than Kyle Kuzma. So I mean, yeah, so that's my take on the NBA around the world. If I missed out on anything in the Hornets are playing very, very well. I'm highly surprised. I don't know if it has to do with the short games. Obviously, if they play the 82 game, I think they would have probably been at the bottom, but I think the short schedule helped them a tablet, a tab little bit. Same thing you could say with my Knicks, because when you play 72 games or 75 games, it kind of gives you an extra boost. You don't necessarily play a lot of back-to-backs. We haven't seen a lot of back-to-backs, to be honest with you. We've seen a few of them, but if they would have played a full 82 games, you would have been seeing the same team that you saw years ago. Started off ruggish, trying to climb their way back. Like right now, the Hornets should have been 8-21, but look at their record because of the short, game. Because they shorten the games, So that's my basketball around the world. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. And I will put the description docs. I will put the video in the description box down below. The Jazz are playing well. The Cavaliers are playing somewhat well. Like everybody is stacked in the East right now. If you look at their standings, so that's crazy. So like, comment, subscribe. I need to kill this fly. Like, comment, subscribe, and till next time, take care of yourself and each other.